I don't know about you, but me, I once have had people around me that did not like me. You could be, it don't even matter how much money you give them, it don't matter how cool you are. A person that just doesn't like you, they just don't like you. It could be for whatever reason, right? Now, should I say that they're jealous of you? Of course, right? Should I say that they're envious of you? There's something about you that they want, and they hate you so much to the point where they just, you know, love you. But especially in these times now, we at a time where most people will really hang with you and want to be around you, but they just don't like you. And one of the things that they will do to show you that they don't like you, they'll really show it to you. Now, I know you were questioning me like, yo, how is it someone can really dislike you and don't want to be around you, and then they want to, I mean, well, they don't like you, but they want to be around you. Back in my early 20s, right, I used to hang with some people, and what I remember was catching them doing things behind my back. They didn't really know that I caught on that they were using me, right? And no matter what I did, and no matter how I did it in my responses, I was always trying to show that I was. That's another thing too. They'll dislike you for you even trying to convince them that you're cool. If a person that just doesn't like you, they don't like you. And understand too, we're at a time now where people are just going to use you. They're going to pump and dump you. And it's crazy, right? But before I get into the video, let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend. And I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. All right? Listen, like I said, I was a person when I was younger. I was so naive. That's why I always said, and I'm always saying this too. If I go back and meet myself, my younger me, I would give myself a hug. Of course, I take accountability, even though I'm taking accountability now that, yo, at one point, for me personally, ooh, of course, I was vulnerable. I'm the oldest out of 10 kids, right? The oldest, right? I didn't really have nobody around my age, or at least, that could hang with and just like have a good time with, and just like, yo, that brotherly type of, I always wanted an older brother or older sibling, right? But when I got around people, it was like I was friendly. I was checking on them, see how they do, but I'll never get that back. But when I did get around some people that I thought that were my good friends, right? Obviously, I gave so much they were always expecting me to give. Fast forward, let's be real. People will do things to show you that they don't like you, they'll hate you. They'll do certain things where I would remember where I would go to the club, right? I remember when I went to the club one time, and that same friend that I went to the club with, I remember that I would tell him like, yo, I wouldn't mind working at the club because, that way, I used to like going to the club, and also I wanted to become a bartender, which I did manage to get my bartending license later on. But I would tell them, okay, you know what, I'm gonna speak to the bartender and then see if I can get a job there. They wouldn't. All right, cool. Never paid attention how they look. I was never a person that would just really look at somebody and just really pay attention, or even if they did look at me some type of way, I would just let it rock because I believe, oh, you're my friend and you want the best for me, right? Supposedly. But I would actually go and talk to the bartender. What they would do, that one specific friend actually, the person gave me the what's it called again? They paper and pen to write down my information so I could give it to the bartender. What this specific person did, was actually and purposely took the piece of paper and the pen and actually threw it on the floor and laughed about it while there was a lot of people around. And I looked at him, and the person who was the bartender looked at me like, where I'm going with this, and then say, look, and then also to do later on in line, the same friend will actually say slick things and try to be funny, and actually did all that with a smile, laughing and everything, think it was a joke. You got to be careful, because most people will definitely do anything and everything to you just to show you that they don't like you. They'll damage the things that you got going on, and they make it look like that it's a joke, but realistically they know what they're doing is to damage what you got going on. Those friends that you call your friends and you think that they like you, I'm sorry, I'm just in between. I just had to write this message down. Let me just get this information in. But those friends that you call and you think that, hey, you're my friends, and then they want best for me, yo, get that out of your head, man. If people show you who they are, believe that's who they are. I remember I was watching something, it was actually on TikTok, right? Let me send this last email. Okay. I remember there's one girl, she would take pictures with a group of friends. And this is what I seen, and what I remember was the girl was actually taking a picture, like, you know how it is, ladies, you know how you're taking a pose, and then that one girl purposely took off, because they were Muslim. I don't know if y'all seen this. If y'all did, y'all know exactly what I mean. And they purposely, trying to take off the you know what it is called, when the females, when they Muslim, right, trying to take it off, and then she moved and everything. Everybody was laughing about it. It was actually a video about that, like when friends don't like you. You know what I mean? That's one example. Another example with that same friend. I went to the club. I remember we went to the club. It was like a group of us. And I remember where I would actually get dances in the club. I'll get a dance. I'm one of the guys that at the time, I would go to the club and have a good time. It was just to go and have a good time. Other guys I used to go to the club with, I don't know, maybe they were much more, they knew exactly what they wanted to do or something else. It was not exactly what I wanted. I actually just wanted to go and have a good time. Even in my early 20s, that's what I said, I always wanted to go into get in a relationship. I was never hot in the pants, if that makes sense. And one female, I remember like yesterday, the girl was beautiful. She was beautiful. I used to see her. I went to high school with her. And then I went to the club, I was dancing. I danced behind her and everything. We was dancing, having a good time. She was smiling. Look, we dancing, we having a good time. Other people around me, especially the women, they they was excited because I'll dance. I get up there, I'll dance. I don't really matter if people around me. I just go and have a good time, right? I'm smiling because I remember those memories, right? And the one dude that I went with, same friend I was telling you about earlier, and purposely, I don't know if he tried to get a dance with her. I remember she trying to dance with her. She said, no, like, I mean, laughed over it. You know how it is. I'm just thinking how women be doing, how be thinking, right? And I remember I was right behind her. It was super packed, yo. And I remember I was just standing there and I was just like chopping it up with somebody. I was on my phone checking some messages. You know how it is. Like, you just chilling, peeping the scene. You know what I mean? I don't know what he used to do stuff like that, but I never paid attention to it at the time. And look at it was a bad thing. Well, it was a bad thing, but I never think of it as really, it was creepy. He would go and touch the female's backside, and the female thought it was me, and she tried to flip on me. And I'm telling her, I was like, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. She backed away. She didn't hit me or nothing like that, though, but she seen how convinced I was. Like, yo, I ain't even. And turned around, I remember he used to do stuff like that. He turned around, looked at me and laughed like, ah. So people would do things to just mess you up and try to, and I feel bad for the younger generation now. I mean, it was bad when we were growing up. It wasn't as bad. But now, people actually, they glorify being a hater. You see it online all the time, right? But can you imagine the average person? You can just be walking down the street, somebody will just say certain things. I see it. Like I'm around kids all the time, and I'm seeing how much of these, they'll really show you, okay, it's cool to be laughing at people and try to doubt you, trying to bring you down. But I must say this, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. When a person show you who they are, believe that's who they are. And especially if they looking in your face and they telling you and showing you how they treating you. Be careful with people that just show you that they don't like you. If I were you, I'll cut them off automatically. I'm a big believer in cutting somebody off. Slice and dice. You don't have time to be sitting there trying to figure someone out. You're trying to make them change. You're trying to make them love you or like you. When a person show you who they are, believe that's who they are. A person will never tell you, hey, I dislike you, unless you got into a big problem with them, and they'll tell you, I don't like you, or da. Right? But when somebody show you that they don't like you and they tell you things to hurt your feelings, even in a jokingly way, believe that. Because guess what? There's millions and billions of people out here, especially me. I have friends, but unfortunately, a lot of these friends are not close to me. And I actually have a friend that I'm talking to right now currently, and we've been friends since 2017. Very honest dude from Norway. Any type of information that I need, any type of resources that I need to be put on with, he always reaches out, and when he has time, he tells me he's honest with me. And that's the type of friends that you need. You don't need a lot of friends that's going to try and come and take your energy and bring you down and destroy you. Those are not your friends. They are your enemies. Remember that. So if you like this video, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend, your new best friend. And also, comment pin to the top. And also in the description below, keep up with the latest luxury styles and trends at Gorgeous 271. Also, too, it's not only friends. It could be family members. I'm going to be real with you. I ain't afraid. I'll cut family member off. I cut some off already, and I feel very damn good about it, all right? Again, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.